Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back in another video to talk about some interesting news to talk about, and that is, I guess, the someone brought this up to me, and so I figured, well, why not talk about this? Because I mean, this is lost media. This is, I mean, something I would never. I didn't even know this was a thing. Apparently, this has been something that's been going on. People have been wanting to know about this lost footage of some AIDS PSA. And so a few days ago, I guess it was. Let me look at the date here. It was about 4 days ago now. It was on April 3rd. Red Baird revealed this lost footage of Tiffany Grant and Spike Spencer. Now, both of these voice actors I met most recently. Tiffany Grant. Tiffany Grant is really cool. She was really nice to me. She actually did an interview, a small interview with me, which is on my voice acting channel. If you guys want to check that out, I will put a link in the description. It is on my voice acting channel, completely different channel as this one. I do have my Q&A panel, or her Q&A panels that she did on this channel as well. I can put those in the description box as well for you guys to watch them. Anyways, so let's get to this. So this was revealed. Apparently, the backstory of this, from what Red explained on her YouTube channel, which I'll put a description for you guys to go check out if you want to hear the full story and as well the clip as well. But we're gonna play the clip anyways. But you guys can go check it out. Get the full contents of the story. But basically, in 1999, Spike was commissioned to do a radio commercial, I guess, for AIDS awareness, and so he got Tiffany Grant, who was the voice of Asuka, from Neon Genesis, basically, and got her to do the voice for this, as well as he was doing the narration of a different voice, as well as Shinji's voice for, Asuka and Shinji, I guess, to have sex. So basically, they did this in 1999 for Houston Texan radio channel. Basically, the footage was lost until now because the only known tape was with Tiffany Grant. And so this lost tape basically just sat dormant for years until she managed to find it, and she digitized it because it was in a cassette, and sent it to Red, and Red played it. The rest is history. So I'm very intrigued by this. Not so much of the contents of it, but more of the voice perspective of this, because this is they're using two different characters. Obviously, they don't actually mention that they're Asuka and Shinji. By the way, I should note that right now. They don't actually mention them by name in this radio thing, so that's good. But this is something that there's no way this would be allowed today. Like, someone did this today, oh my god. Not that it really matters now, because ADV is no longer in business. So it really doesn't matter. Obviously, Neon Genesis is basically now licensed by Netflix, with the exception of the movie. We still don't know about the movie. But so I don't think it really matters. It's a 20-year-old. It's a 20-year-old piece. But they got paid for this. This was like a legit project, and it was only canceled because they were too realistic. Now, supposedly there were two different versions. There's a serious version, which is now out on YouTube and out to the world, and then there is the playful version, which that was never released. But maybe they should have given that one to the radio station, because maybe that one would have been better. I don't know. But I just thought that was just really interesting that, like, they actually did the characters that they voiced in this AIDS prevention awareness piece, which back in the 90s, that was something that a lot of, not so much now in terms of commercials and advertising. Radio was still pretty big. Internet was still very new to a lot of people. There wasn't social media back then. So it actually doesn't surprise me, like, because that's something that they would have easily been done back then. Not probably today. Definitely with the characters, because the companies these days, especially with anime now, being more of something that people pay attention to, which they didn't back then as much. That's something that easily would not have been allowed to have portrayed the characters, like, because they're clearly obviously Spike is the narrator, but he's in a different voice for that, so it doesn't sound like Shinji, and then he's voicing Shinji as the guy who's having sex with the girl who's Asuka. Wow. It's really weird thinking about it, that they actually did that. And they got paid, and it only got canceled. It only got canceled because of the radio station, not because of ADV. The licensing holder to it. That today I don't even think that would have been allowed today. No way they would have allowed like an outside project like this to occur in this day and age, especially the way shippers are now. Shippers were not as bad as they are now. Like now, I'm not saying they were, but back then there wasn't social media and stuff like that. Now people, so like Naru Sakura, which I'm a shipper of Naru Sakura, and a lot of the Naru Sakuras were really bad with Kishimoto, the way they death threatened him and all that shit over that. This would definitely not be allowed today to happen, but it's just really interesting in Lost Treasure, especially since it's lost media. It's lost media. We usually don't see stuff out in the open like this. Lost, like, stuff like this that was recorded by voice actors, or portraying different characters in projects and stuff like that. Usually that stuff just gets canned and no one can reveal it because of contracts and stuff like that. Obviously, this is 20 years old, so it doesn't really matter. ADV is out of business. So, I'm sure the radio station is not, well, I don't know if the radio station's around, but I'm sure they don't even care. Getting to this, and like, hearing this, like, we're gonna watch this because it's just kind of analyze this on how they did it, which, again, it was really good. I could see the whole, they made it look real, which they did, which I thought that was the point of their job of doing it, but I guess they weren't supposed to make it that realistic. I don't know exactly what the people at the radio station exactly wanted them to do. What did they wanted to make it less sound like they were having sex? I don't know. So this is contents for Red, again. I only got it up to the part where they're about to do it, because, yeah. So here it is right here, and let's...
Is no longer lost.
So
as a quick warning, though,
Again,
despite all of the joking that's been made about this PSA, at the end of the day, it is an AIDS PSA.
Yes, and I want to express that too. This is an AIDS PSA, so don't take it that seriously. Because some people, again, also viewers' discretion is advised. we're about to show, because this is not something that we want to have trend. Okay, guys, you know what I mean? But here it is. This is what they do, and we're going to kind of analyze the contents here. You know what I'm saying?
It is not safe for work. It is not funny. It is not cutesy. It's an AIDS PSA.
It's an AIDS PSA,
and so,
exactly.
With that warning in mind, without further ado, the rejected Houston AIDS PSA of 1999, a.k.a. the no longer lost Evangelion AIDS PSA.
One of these young people is killing the other. Can you tell which? Neither can we. And neither...
That's just like... what the frig, man? I really would like to know if that was the script. I'd really like to know if that was the script. Like, or if that was just Spike just kind of like... just going off of what he thought. You know what I mean? Like...
Because one of these people is HIV positive and doesn't even know it. You know the rest. Sooner or later, both he and she will have AIDS. What you think is the beginning of something beautiful could actually be the beginning of the end. So if you're sexually active, always use a latex condom. Always. And if you've had unprotected sex, get tested.
Oh my God.
For more information and testing locations, call the City of Houston HIV info line. Call 713-794-9020.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That was to die for.
Call 713-794-9020.
I feel like the ending was kind of a stretch. Like, it's like, oh, we need to really force on this. Force on the whole emphasis.
Wow,
All right, hold on. Sorry about that. Like I said, if you want to watch the entirety of Red's video, I put the link in the description. Because that's her work, and I don't want to, like, kind of rain on it. But, like I said, it's... I feel like... I don't understand, like... Like, they did the whole, like, typical what they're gonna do when they have sex and shit like that. But then they go into the whole... like, oh, now that was to die for. After they did the whole number thing, to call for, AIDS protection. Prevention or whatever. But then they do the whole thing at the end there. It's like, oh, that was so worth it. Basically. Oh, that was to die for. Just forcing on the issue and then going right back to the phone number thing again. I don't know, man. People are already commenting on their video, like, to someone's gonna animate that, which I'm almost certain someone will. But goddamn, well, someone's gonna have to animate the narrator too. Then the narrator's involved in that too. They're gonna make up the character for the narrator. But goddamn, man, like, wow, like, just a thing that, like, it actually did that with the characters. Like, again, that would not be done today. There's no way no studio would allow that today. There's no way you could, like, have that voice. Like, that would be like WWE did with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash when they came to WCW. and they were trying to pretend that they were still Razor Ramon and Diesel from the WWE because they had left the WWE and those were their characters that they were playing. And WCW got sued for that, and they had to like have Scott Hall and Kevin Nash admit that they were not a part of the WWE anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that would not be a lot. So even though like, because they never actually say that they're Shinji and Asuka in this commercial, they just do their voices that way. They just do the voices that way. So you pretty much, if you've watched the anime, you pretty much, the English dub of the anime, you pretty much know that it's them. Like, this would not be allowed to, especially with social media. Everyone would blow this up right now, especially the shipping communities, which most people, I think Asta and Shinji are a thing, which I think they are too. Especially the way the series ends. Well, the anime series, not the movie. The movie is like an alternate reality of episode 21 of the anime series onward, or ignoring episode 22 to 25, I think it was. Or was it? No, it was 23. Episode 23 to episode 25, they ignore the events of 23 to 25, and they just like continue on from 22 to the movie. The movie's like a bad reality of how things would end up. Where episode 23 and episode 25 of the anime series basically ends everything on a good note. So I could have just done without the movie altogether. And then, of course, the rebuilt movies are completely different. Like, it's a completely different timeline altogether. It's a completely different, like, alternate event. Like, the events are different completely. In those, so yeah, I don't even know where you put this. In timeline, in timeline 1, it would be the good ending is where this would fit better because obviously she gets killed in the second one, in the movie version. But I mean, damn. Like, that's just like, how do they even, I don't know, but I just thought it was, fascinating that, you know, something like this existed, that this was actually a thing, and I didn't even know this was a thing, like, I didn't know, like, this was, like, something that people were, like, even talking about, really, but, you know, maybe I did, I just don't remember. But it wasn't something that I obsessed over, trying to find out if this was real or not. That's for damn sure. But it is. It's a thing. It's official, because it's been revealed. And it's been converted. And is now on the internet. For everyone to see. Everyone can now watch it. Everyone can now do whatever they feel like with it, but damn, like, you know, if I ever meet Tiffany Grant or Spike again, like, I would like to know what were they thinking at the moment they were doing this one. That's for sure. Because I'm gonna not lie. After hearing that, and I've watched it a couple of times. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna lie. It really did sound real. It really did sound real. Like, it was really good acting. It was really good voice work by both of them. Like, in terms of voice perspective, it was a really, like, just talking from a pure acting perspective, it was really good and it was really convincing. Like, if you wanted to, like, show a seminar of, like, you know, a prevention, you know, because that's what the concept of this was preventing, or having safe sex, basically. If that was the idea of it, they were really convincing on their roles. You know, obviously, I guess it was too real, but, I mean, isn't that the point of the project? So, I don't exactly know what the radio station was looking for. But I don't know. This video is going on way too long than it probably should. I just wanted to kind of talk about the acting really perspective of it, and my thoughts on this. And like I said, this is a rare thing because again, this would not be allowed probably today, especially with social media and stuff like that, and the way the shipping community is now. It's very toxic these days. But nonetheless, there it is. Again, if you want to go and check out the whole story behind it, I'll put the description for Red. I also, again, I do have an interview I did with Tiffany Grant last September, and I'll put my Q&A panels too in the description as well. On my interviews on my voice acting channel, but I'll also put the Q&As for Spike as well too, because I did meet Spike a couple of years ago. But most recently, Tiffany Grant was who I met, and she was really nice. She signed a lot of stuff, a lot of autographs for me, which I was like, wow. Like, no, she signed like almost everything that I brought. Anything I brought or anything I bought, like, she signed. Like, got a bunch of pictures with her and stuff like that. She was really nice. So, yeah. Really good. But yeah, that's about it. That's really all I had to talk about, was kind of really talking about, kind of breaking down like certain like the voice stuff that they were doing, and overall it was a good performance. It did look like they were really having sex. The characters that they were portraying in it looked like they actually were having sex in it. So that was the whole concept of it. They did a very good job at it. And so, yeah. That's really all I got to talk about. I'm out of here. Comment, rate, if you like my interviews, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.